Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I would like to discuss why autistic people and neurodivergent people in general are 6 times more likely to take their own lives, and steps that we could take as a society to reduce this number. Autism, just by its very nature, causes us to see and interpret the world differently. And of course, people notice that. So, because we interact with the world differently and act differently, a lot of times people that are around us exclude us from certain activities, exclude us from different aspects of life, hangouts after work, etc. So, and we as autistic people, we pick up on that. I mean, a lot of times it's done subtly, and you think we don't notice, but we do. All right. So, and it could be little things here and there. We didn't get invited to this party. This person looked at us differently. They looked at me the wrong way, etc. So it kind of starts little by little, little by little, little by little. But it gets to the point sometimes for us that we just can't take it anymore. You know, and because we're a small portion of the population, we don't know who to go to, who's gonna understand what we're going through. So what ends up happening is a vicious cycle begins, and what happens is that we start thinking less of ourselves, and then as we think less of ourselves, then we isolate from people more, and then as we isolate from people more, then they think that we're weird for isolating more, and then we isolate even more, and it's like a vicious cycle. Okay. And then it gets to the point that we do not see in that moment, we don't we are in so much pain that the only way we see a way out is to unfortunately end our own lives. And guys, it doesn't need to be this way. If you see someone that may be acting in a way that is considered different than whatever's considered the norm, take a moment to get to know this person. Compliment them on what they're wearing, or something that they said, or whatever it may be. Okay. And in that case, the conversation can start. Us autistic people, we like to have in-depth conversations, not just how you doing today? How do you like the weather today, and all that kind of stuff, you know. And this works whether you're talking to someone at work, at school, anywhere. Now, I would like to speak to my neurodivergent brothers and sisters. Uh, So you are special. You are different. And that is okay. In fact, we need people like us in this world. Okay? Some of the greatest minds that are known to have lived and are still living uh, uh, have some variety of autism spectrum disorder, and or ADHD or other things. Okay, a well-known example would be Albert Einstein. Okay, one of the greatest minds of all time. Okay, uh, so who knows if God made you this way so you could bring some kind of gift to this world, whether that's in the arts, whether it's in content creation, whether that's in music. Okay, so you want to explore what that is, whether other people recognize that or not. That's their problem. You are still valuable. We need you. Um, we need you on this earth. We need you. We need you. You are valued. You are loved. So, if you feel that you need to talk to someone, don't hesitate to reach out for help. Uh, right. These days, it's easier than ever to reach out for help. Um, you know, you don't have to go through the trouble. Back in the day, you had to pick up the phone book and go through the yellow pages and see who the therapist is, or call your insurance, be on hold forever so they could give you names of therapists, and start calling therapists and see if they have an appointment. And I'm like, yeah, that's the last thing you want to do when you're in a situation where you need help. You don't have to do all that. These days, you could just go online, and look for help that way. I mean, an excellent resource. I believe I recommend BetterHelp.com. And by the way, they're not sponsoring this video in any way. Okay, but I personally recommend them because they make it so easy. Like you could go and they just ask you a few questions. Would you rather have a male therapist or a female therapist? They ask you confidential questions about what it is that you're going through, the things that you have questions about. They ask you all the questions to match you up with the right therapist, so you're comfortable. Finding a therapist is just like, in a way, it's like finding a date. Alright. But with that being said, if by chance you ever in a moment of crisis where you feel that you're going to take your own life, please dial 988. 988. This will connect you to the National Suicide Prevention Line. There's folks there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, ready to assist you in a moment of crisis. Because it's critical in that moment, when you're in that moment of crisis where you see yourself that there's no way out. You want to get that word of encouragement. Because deep down, no one wants to kill themselves. No one wants to do that. Is because but it happens, unfortunately, because you see yourself in this situation where you don't see a way out of your pain. You shouldn't walk alone. If you're in that moment of crisis, just call 988 and someone will help you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, comments, please feel free to drop it in the comments. Okay. And this video, by the way, I'm not going to monetize this content. This video, when I get monetized by YouTube, I'm not gonna run ads on it. I want this resource to be available for years to come, and it will save some lives. Okay. Thank you again for watching, and as I always say, the best is yet to come. Have a wonderful day.